Welcome back to Switch Corner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite Switch eShop deals coming in under $10 or your local currency, and I'm covering eShops in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. As always, then, if you do want the more expensive side of things, check out Saturday's edition where any price goes, and all those deals, they are still live. But with that luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. As always then, with these deals videos, I am focusing my attention on those games with new all-time low prices. If that's not the case, say it matches the all-time low, I will let you know as we go through the games. So first up then, we've got One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 Deluxe Edition. We spoke about the 4th entry on Saturday's video, but if you want a more budget-friendly option, this 80% off should absolutely deliver that, and this, it's just a steal of a price for what is a lot of game. Clocking in typically around 20 hours for just its story mode. Completionists, you can expect right around 100 hours, and it's a Dynasty Warriors experience set in the One Piece world, so it's not smart, but it is a whole lot of fun. Fans, you'll like this one though. Everyone else, I'd say it's a good option if you simply want, you know, an all-out fighter. PANZER DRAGOON remake then, and it's got mixed opinions to this one. I fell into the camp that actually really enjoyed it, and it's pretty much a shot-for-shot remake. Its controls are for sure not quite that of the original, but it's basically an on-rails shooter, and you set out into this world to keep a prototype dragon from reaching what is a powerful tower. Still doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me, honestly. But, and I will say this, it was also overpriced at launch, but I like it here with 75% off. That is matching the all-time low. Ministry of Broadcast then, first fantastic game, but the deal is actually higher than we've seen in the past in the US and Canada. The reason I'm talking about this one though, for those of you in the UK, EU and Australia, this actually marks a new all-time low price with 57% off. Stunning pixel work throughout, it gives me flashback kind of vibes, and it's essentially a world where you want to get back to your loved ones, but to do that you must compete in a deadly competition that is broadcast on TV to overcome a wall. Good controls, weird world, I'm a huge fan though. The Raven remaster then I really enjoyed, but it came out to very little fanfare on the Switch, and it seems to have just disappeared now into obscurity. It's an adventure title though, it's basically a point and click modernised, and here we find ourselves in London 1964. Here a ruby has been stolen from the British Museum, and we are on the hunt now for the legendary master thief, the Raven. With multiple characters though to play as, it's well written, and it kept me hooked enough that my time with it on the Switch was actually my second run through. Now it's rocking 67% off. Alright, so Darkest Dungeon fans, VAMBRACE Cold Soul, the controversial alternative. A lot of people out there, they weren't keen on this one with some brutal reviews, but I still enjoyed it. I think the main issue was it can be a little bit more luck based. That's kind of brutal when it comes to a game that, you know, it's in no way on your side to begin with. But I thought the world was very cool, the anime style was solid, and it's just got a decent story around a cursed city as well. 67% off means this one is finally getting cheaper and cheaper. Horror fans, Infliction Extended Cut is here with 50% off. It seemed like a good shout out this week with, you know, Layers of Fear 2 just dropping, you know, earlier in the week. A review of that is live over on the channel. If you do want to check it out, I will link it down below, but this is a very similar vibe. Here though, you'll find yourself returning to a seemingly normal home. Things though, of course, they quickly take a turn for the worst, and you're quickly descending into this horror. It's that, you know, walking sim horror vibe, but it's a little more evolved with its gameplay, so think sprinting and hiding from, let's say, creatures that are less than a little pleased to see you. A quick self-plug then, if you haven't already, check out PlayStation Corner. We have these same videos over there, so 10 under 10, any price goes deals, reviews, we're breaking down what's coming up that week on the PlayStation as well, and of course we cover all these same regions. A lot of cool deals over there right now as well, and a lot of great games that are coming up. Then as well, check out Twitch if that is your thing. Over this next week we're covering Layers of Fear 2, Knockout City and Maneater for the Switch. Curry over there though, he streams every single night from 7 PM PST, and then Fridays from midday. I'll link both of those down below if you do want to come and hang out. So puzzle fans, I adored the Almost Gone and now it's here with a monster discount of 80% off. This is a stunning game with these beautifully minimalistic visuals, and the idea you are exploring these dioramas to piece together basically what happened to you and what happened in your past, as well as here you actually find yourself between life and death. It's a fantastic story though, an exploration of death, loss and mental health, and this is well worth a look if you want something that's going to, you know, get you thinking a little bit more than the average game. Old school platformer fans then, SPHINX and the Cursed Mummy, it sees a price drop with 67% off, and this one, it's essentially a simple remaster of the original 2003 release. It shows its age across the board honestly, but I still like the way it looks now in its kind of HD style. The cartoon design always worked for me, and it's basically platforming, combat and then some minor puzzles as well. Controls, I will admit they can be a little bit clunky, but I still had a lot more fun than I honestly expected revisiting this one. I'd only probably suggest it though for those that did play it back in the day, because you still need to go in and be kind of forgiving. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2 then is here, also with 67% off, and this one is from the team that made Raven that I mentioned earlier in the video. It's a similar vibe as well, you know, a modernized point and click adventure, but where that one was more kind of grounded in, you know, reality, this one goes for that fantasy vibe, and I really loved it. I never actually played the original honestly, and didn't have any issues getting along with the story in this one. A great sense of humour though throughout, and it's kind of out to spoof Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, you know, all the kind of fan favourites. Sword Art Online Hollow Realization then is rocking 80% off. I still haven't beaten this one myself, but it's a solid RPG with even some MMO elements, but I don't really know the story myself, and I will say the story in this game can be a little confusing for a newcomer. The mechanics are solid though, and definitely deep. The combat is real time, which is always funny, you know, it leans more into action. And then I just enjoyed the world overall. There's also a game out there called A Fatal Bullet as well, but this is definitely the better choice of the two. It's definitely held in higher regards. Dungeon of the Endless then, and if you want something complicated, this is the game for you. It's a roguelike tower defense title that is just absolutely brutal, and this one has kicked my ass more than a few times since I've owned it. Just know initially it's gonna give you very little, and it's gonna take a little while to get into, but basically you need to get this crew to safety and navigate a ton of enemies while also transferring your energy source from like location to location and even floor to floor. This even has then some RPG mixed in for good measure, and it's 80% off. My pickup of the week then is GLYPH with 50% off. They added a demo to the eShop this week. I've played it before, but I don't want to give it a full recommendation as I didn't sink a ton of time into it. But it's basically, think kind of like old school Marble Madness, monkey ball style, you know, rolling and platforming, as you need to navigate this world and you can actually even fly. The visuals though are solid. I love the level design, and they get the difficulty curve with this one just right. And yeah, honestly, I need to invest a little more time with it myself just to kind of wrap it up. Our penultimate game of the week then, that is HABROXIA 2. I picked it up at launch because it was just super cheap. It's a horizontal and vertical shooter though with old school pixel visuals, but it's just the content I like this one for, especially for the price. You got 20 bosses, special weapons, 64 ship upgrades, branching paths on levels, new game plus, boss rush mode, and even another mode as well. It even tries to pack in a story as well, and I just don't think you can go wrong with this 50% off, as it started under $10 to begin with. So our final deal of the week then, and this is UK, EU and Australia exclusive, where the eShop's been a little bit more quiet than usual, but I like this deal a lot. It's KATAMARI, DAMACY, REROLL with 75% off. It makes what is a cult classic super budget, and the idea is just, it's completely out there. You're essentially a prince who is fixing things up after the king of all cosmos destroys all stars. Now you need to kind of, yeah, clean up the world by rolling and growing what is a big ball that sticks to everything. It's kind of a weird one to like describe honestly, but super addictive. And this new HD re-release looks fantastic. It even has then gyro control support to turn and speed up our prince. And that's another week down. Bit of a shorter week this week, but will you be adding anything to the library, or are you holding onto that cash? I'm really looking forward to Saturday's video this week, seeing a lot of good deals coming in just slightly above that $10 mark. With that then though, like a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.